Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone's doing really well despite the quarantine. Today I'm going to be answering questions asked by you guys on Twitter and Instagram. If you're not following me on Twitter and Instagram, you should be, and I'm going to drop those links down in the description. Also, while you're watching this video throughout, if there's any questions that you have that don't get answered, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll answer them in my next Q&A video that I do on YouTube. So I think I'm going to start with the comments on Twitter. Yeah, so let's just dive right into it. City Guy, just stay home, will ya? Asks, you seem so sweet and are so handsome. Do you still dance at any clubs, and are you considering doing cam type shows alone or with other guys? So first of all, thank you so much. You're really sweet. I do not dance at any clubs anymore. The only place I dance is on my Onlyfans, but I do have a lot of dancing videos on there. And I actually still do cam shows. I do them on Skype, so they're like one-on-one sessions, and I offer those to my OnlyFans subscribers. As for doing a cam show with other guys, no, I only do it solo. I do have duo videos on my OnlyFans though. Just not cam shows. It's just too hard to coordinate and everything. Alright, so the next question is from Dakota Prawl. He asks, how do you come up with your ideas for your OnlyFans videos? I feel like I'm always daydreaming about like my next video. It's always in my mind. It's really not hard for me to like come up with them. Like they just come to me. I was looking at my beanbag one day. I have like a 6-foot beanbag, and I was like, you know what I should do? I should cover it in a white sheet and cover it in feathers and then do slow-mo shots of me jumping on it naked. That would look really cool, and then do like a jerk-off scene on it. Like just thoughts like that come to me. Yeah, so it's really not hard, and I thought I would run out of juice because I do one new solo scene every single week on my OnlyFans, and then once a month I do a duo scene, but I really haven't run out of juice. It's been pretty easy. I feel like I'm always like thinking about the next one. I really love it. I think when you love something, you think about it a lot. SSIA Pet asks, you are gorgeous inside and out. Thank you. What do you do for your skin? You always have a perfect complexion. What's your skincare secret? So I visit my dermatologist often. He happens to be one of my friends, and so I'm in there probably like twice a month. So I do stay up on my skincare. And I've always really been into skincare. I moisturize a lot. I'm actually going to be having a complete skincare video coming out within the next few weeks. So look for that. It'll be on my YouTube as well. I'm just going to show you like my nightly routine for skincare. and I'm also going to show you me getting a vampire facial. So all that stuff just really interests me. I'll do that in the next video and get more in depth. Secret Mustache Lover, sweet name, asks if you could meet your younger self, what would you tell him? I tell him to be nicer to his parents and to stick with art and maybe focus just a little bit more in school. Lewis asks, what cities do you want to visit after the quarantine? I would really like to go to Alaska in the summertime and also Hawaii. Those are next on my list. Hopefully soon when all this corona stuff is over. And I want to go camping at both. Like, that'd be amazing in Alaska to go camping. Gay Porn Retweets asks, would you ever do professional porn? No, I wouldn't, just because I wouldn't want somebody telling me what to do in my videos, because that's why I like doing my videos, is they're like all my ideas, they're all things that I want to do, they're like my fantasies and I get to act it out on camera. I wouldn't want someone telling me what to do, because then it's like their fantasy, like I want to live out my own, kind of, and also there's just not a lot of money in mainstream porn anymore. Onlyfans is kind of where it's at. Barry asks, why did you get into the webcam business? I was poor as fuck, and like all the clubs were like an hour drive from me, and they just really weren't worth it because they didn't have any like strip clubs really. They just had like go-go dancer jobs, so you'd leave with like $300, and for me it just wasn't worth it. So I just went and started webcamming, and at that time it just wasn't worth the drive, so I was serving tables and I was just poor as fuck. But I've also always been an exhibitionist, so that's what made it easy. ASPLNG_2017, sorry, I had no idea how to say your name, asks, do people recognize you when you go outside? How do you deal with it? Actually, no, I never get recognized. Thank God. But I don't know. The people who have recognized me were really cool. It's always been at like raves. Someone will come up to me and everyone's been really discreet about it. When they like do see me out on the street, they'll like discreetly tell me like, hey, like I follow you. But the only time I've ever had people approach me was at like probably like 3 different raves. I just had like one person come up and be like, hey, I follow you. So yeah, that's actually always pretty cool. John Fucks asks, is there an emotional difference between the sex you have in your private life and the scenes you film for your OnlyFans? Actually not really, because everything on my OnlyFans is like my fantasy and my vision and acting it out, but there is more stop and go. So like normally I'm not thinking about the angles of like what I look like when I'm like giving head or something, but on OnlyFans I'm more concerned like with how I look. But yeah, not really. I mean, I don't have sex with anybody just for like OnlyFans. I just have sex with people I have like a strong connection with, so it's really not that different for me. It's just kind of giving you like a fly on the wall look. I'm Right asks, what's the freakiest thing you've done in your personal life, off-camera sex life? Probably the craziest thing I've done is I was in Paris, and there was this Ferris wheel, and me and my buddy were the last one to go on at nighttime, and it was like a really slow moving one, so you could like look at the whole view and everything, and it was really big, and there was no one else on this Ferris wheel, and it was kind of like gondola style, like it was like a big like booth you sit in, and so when we like as we were going to the top, like I pulled my dick out and he started sucking my dick, and then I actually like fucked him in the ass on this Ferris wheel, like overlooking Paris. And then you like go around 3 times, you get like 3 times to go around. So every time we'd come down, like pull up our pants and just like sit there. And then like once we were high enough up, we'd like go back at it. And both of us actually finished. So that was probably the craziest. Homo the Great asks, are you concerned that sex work may affect any of your future endeavors, say future jobs, or dating life, or even kids? To be honest with you, I'm actually not too concerned about that, just because I think I'm setting myself up pretty well with the work that I'm doing right now. I'm pretty successful at it, and I'm investing, so the future really doesn't scare me. And it would, like, if I had to get another job, it would make it really, really hard, but I'm hoping that I just invest well and that I can just manage my properties and not have to work for like some corporate place that would give a shit about my past like that. So, a little bit. Which country would you visit after this quarantine? I would love to go to Sweden. It looks so beautiful. Doug Williams asks, how tall are you, hot man? Oh, thank you. I am 5'7.5". Let's go to some of the Instagram questions. Polygoof85 asks, and this is on Instagram now, how did you get into pole dancing / stripping? When I was 18, the strip club that I worked at had a stripper pole, so I just picked it up off of some of the other guys, just learned more from like different clubs I'd work in, and then I actually got a pole installed in my house, and that's where I've actually learned the most, just because I've just had the time to, and I'm not afraid to look stupid because I'm just in my own house. So a lot of it's just self-taught, and it's really fun and it's great exercise. If you're looking for a hobby, it's a really fucking hard one. It's super hard, but super satisfying. I really like it. Colum Watson 462 asks, what are you going to do when you're older? I assume you can't prance around topless for the rest of your life. So as I mentioned before, I'm actually really into skincare, and by the time I'm 30, hopefully I'll have enough properties under my belt. I'll just be managing my properties, and I'll be able to go to school to become a medical esthetician, because one of my best friends is a dermatologist, so I'd be able to train underneath him, and then possibly work at his practice or someone else's practice as a medical esthetician, because I really like skincare. And then I would also manage my properties. So right now I'm just investing, and hopefully, hopefully it pays off. And I don't have to work too hard. Land of Austin, does your life get complicated as a result of the work you do? Does it get complicated emotionally dealing with all these people who are interested in you? Does your work get complicated if you meet someone in your life you want a relationship with? It definitely makes relationships really hard and kind of tricky to figure out at first, but if you want to work for it, you can work through anything. But I mean, dealing with my fans and everything, that's not complicated. That's really easy. I really enjoy that aspect, but I mean, with my personal relationships, it can be hard. And then also, like, with family, it's, like, kind of hard and, like, awkward if they want to, like, know more. You're like, I don't really want to tell you more. And then, like, talking to extended family, like, talking to my grandma, she's like, what are you doing? And I wish I could just be more, like, open with what I was doing. But that's the only part. What's your favorite musician right now? So actually, while we were in quarantine, my friend played the Grizz set. He was like, he did like a live show. He like ate a bunch of acid and then was playing. He does like the saxophone and EDM, and that was fucking awesome. So I want to research him more. I'll probably be listening to him a lot. And besides that, I've been listening to a lot of Kina. Jacob _ Novel 22 asks, how many different countries have you been to? So I've been to Paris, England, Canada, and Costa Rica. 4. Yeah, 4. Copy _ ROIGHTT asks, what's your go-to meal from a long day? A fucking New York strip, cooked medium. I love steak. Wong Agan asks, what's the most amount of money someone has offered you for a sexual favor that you didn't accept, of course? So, probably, like, people throw out crazy fucking numbers all the time, but I do not escort. So, I don't know. People say shit all the time, but I'm like, would they really pay that? Probably not. Like, I had one guy say he wanted me to come to like Berlin for like a month for like 150,000 or something. I don't know. I don't even know if that shit's real though. People throw crazy numbers out all the time. But what really pisses me off is when someone hits me up in my DMs and they're like, hey, I'll offer you so much money you can't refuse, like. And then they're like, how about $500 for an hour? I'm like, oh my god, that's like insulting, you know? That's what I make a custom video for. I can't imagine like fucking somebody for $500. Tristan Jesse asks, what do you look for in a person emotionally and physically? Physically, you don't have to be fucking like buff or anything, but I do like somebody who's fit just so they can keep up with me and my lifestyle. I look for somebody who's driven and hardworking, but really silly. You have to be really silly. That's the number one thing. You have to be funny. What do you prefer, cardio or weights? Fucking weights. I've been missing the gym so much. I've been doing more cardio since the quarantine, and I fucking hate it. Whiskey Hotel asks, what did you want to be when you were in school? Back in like elementary school, I wanted to be like a spy. And then high school, I don't know, I don't think I really had job aspirations in high school. But then when I went to college like 2 years ago, I went for 1 semester for graphic design. In the long run, I'm actually really fucking happy I didn't go to any college. It would have been such a waste of money for me. Shiver.r asks, if you ever got into a very serious relationship with someone and they weren't comfortable with what you do, would you quit? Fuck no. But I would make adjustments. If the relationship was worth it, I would make adjustments, but to quit OnlyFans altogether, hell no. That's where I make my money. I have no idea what else I would be doing. Yeah, no. Alright guys, that is enough questions for today. Again, if I didn't answer a question that you have, feel free to leave it down in the comments on this YouTube video, and I'll try to answer it next time. Also, give me a like and a sub. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day.